So you are pregnant with your first baby. Congratulations. You may be at the point in your pregnancy where you have uh, seen the baby in the ultrasound or felt the baby kick for the first time. It's all new and exciting, and everything is just so different. Such a different experience every day, learning about your body and the baby growing inside it. And by now you've probably heard all kinds of advice from people, well-meaning, but usually quite awful. Because everybody's always got those wonderful horror stories that they like to share with you. And I'm sorry if you have experienced some of those already, because they're very discouraging, and I wish that people wouldn't share those with new moms or, you know, soon to be women with newborns in their arms. And yeah, it's just awful, some of the things people share with poor mamas. But I just wanted to talk a little bit today about childbirth. I am by no means an expert, obviously. I've only gone through it once, so there's plenty of other women that know way more about it than me. But it's a subject that's very near and dear to my heart, and just wanted to share some encouragement for those moms who may be going through this for the first time, and maybe you're hitting that point in your pregnancy where all of a sudden you're realizing, oh my gosh, this baby has to come out some way, one way or another, and that's very intimidating. That can be very very stressful sometimes to think about, going through something that you've never gone through before. And I know for me it caused a lot of anxiety, and I helped myself get through that by talking to other people about it, talking to my doula, my midwife, sharing those concerns and hearing their stories, and hearing them talk about other women that they had helped, and also watching videos on YouTube. I had a natural home birth, labored in the water, gave birth on the couch. But in preparation for that, I would go on YouTube and type in natural home birth videos. And there's tons and tons and tons of them. Different styles of birth. You know, some women were giving birth on their hands and knees, or in the pool, or not in the pool, on the bed, standing up, bending over, anything you can imagine, there's a video on it. And it was really cool to see all these different women from different walks of life, different body styles, different, shapes and sizes, all giving birth, and just watching their different experiences was really, really encouraging and cool to see. So when it came time for me to go through my own experience, I had all these stories running through my mind. I was like, okay, well, I can pull bits and pieces from these different women's stories and use them to help myself, use their different coping techniques or breathing techniques. And ultimately, your story is yours. You are never gonna find a story that is going to be exactly like yours, and that's okay. And that's a wonderful, beautiful thing, is that God has created us so individually and so beautifully that we each have these, we all share in this one big experience, but we each have these different smaller experiences, these that are, just equally as wonderful, and sometimes scary. Sometimes they don't go as planned. Sometimes things are out of our control, and we have to rely on other people to get us through these situations. And all that really matters when it comes down to it is that you own your story, and you kind of bask in that glow of the fact that it is something that belongs only to you and your baby. And just resting in that, and knowing your options. And the best thing that you can do is just to inform yourself of every option that you have, of every aspect of whatever birth it is that you want. If you want a home birth, study that out. If you want a hospital birth, study that out. Whatever it is that you want, the most important thing in your birth is that you are informed, that you have options, that you're respected in those options, that you have a support system around you, that you know what to, you have people around you that know what to do if something goes wrong, and that will help you make that decision. So ultimately, I mean, you need to be absolutely 100% informed about everything that is going to go through and happen in your birth. And there's really, I mean, when I try to think about like what to tell young moms and new moms, it's so difficult to think of things other than be informed, know what to expect, talk to other people, because everybody's experience is going to be different. It's not going to be like mine. Your experience is not going to be like mine. My experience was not like anybody else's. And, at the end of the day, I mean, people say it all the time. All that matters is the baby's healthy and that you're healthy and, everybody was safe and, everything happened okay. And that is true. I mean, at the end of the day, you have a baby in your arms and you're alive and you're happy and everything went well. And if you have a traumatic experience, if you have something that shook you to your core and made you feel incredibly uncomfortable, you definitely need to address that, before you go into another pregnancy, or, just even if you don't go into another pregnancy, to have that hanging over you, get it out, talk to someone. One other very important thing, kind of last thing I want to mention, be prepared in your home. When you come home with that baby, or when everybody leaves your home, after the hype wears off, kind of, it's you and the baby and your husband. And the best thing that you can do, which is something that I didn't do and will definitely do next time, is have meals prepared in your freezer as much as you can. Have many meals, as many as you can. When people ask you if you need anything, be honest and tell them, yes, you do. You really need someone to come over and hang out. Or if you don't want anyone to come hang out, just simply ask them to bring you a meal. There's nothing wrong with that. You just made a child and pushed it out of your body, or are recovering from surgery, from getting the baby out of your body. You gave birth somehow, one way or the other. You had a baby. You're recovering. It's okay to ask for food. It's really okay. So please do that for yourself. Allow yourself that freedom to be a little vulnerable and to accept people's love and help, and even being able to put yourself out there and say, hey, if anybody feels like coming over and bringing a meal, that would be fantastic, or bringing me breakfast, we'll be here all day. What else are we gonna do? But either way, whatever happens in your birth, I hope that it is the most wonderful experience for you. I hope that you get everything you want in your birth. I hope that you're able to bond and to do whatever else, if you want to breastfeed, if you're not breastfeeding, whatever it is that you're doing. I hope that you know your options, that you are informed about your body and what your body's doing, and your baby and what your baby's doing. And ultimately, I hope it's the best thing that you could have ever hoped for and ever experienced in your life. So, congratulations.